Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome to the Peak District. Yeah, we're actually out of the house for the first time today. As you can see, we are in the Peak District. We're at Carsington Water in Derbyshire, and to be honest, I just wanted to film our first kind of trip out since lockdowns have ended. There's still some rules and regulations in place, but you know, we can actually leave the house and do stuff now. So yeah, we've come here to basically just take the dogs for a walk and have a bit of a picnic and a wander around the area really. So there's a 9-mile loop walk around here which will be pretty tiresome, and as you can probably tell, the weather is not the greatest today, so we're going to get pretty soggy and pretty wet. But I thought, what better time than a 9-mile walk and a bit of exercise to try out an idea that I got from Scott and Wanda's World a few weeks ago, which was off the back of a review they did of a Seven Brothers Jaffa Cake and peanut butter stout. Was, well, and apparently the combo is amazing, so we're going to give it a go. When we get back, we need to burn some calories off first, I think, and that's kind of it really. So we'll find out later what that combo is like. Apparently it's very good. I'm a big fan of both those things, so should be a good idea. And yeah, I'm probably not going to take the big camera that I'm talking to you on now around the walk with me, simply because the weather is not very good and don't want it to get it soaked. So the next scenes you see will probably be some nice montage shots I take right here, right now, and then we'll probably pick up again with me just recording on my phone. So apologies for the audio and quality drop there, but really it's just the weather's not good enough for it. So catch you in a minute. Okay, so I changed my jacket, as you can probably tell. It is raining a bit. We thought we were going to get away with it, but then we just got hit a downpour. We're at the first mile now. I'm going to do updates each mile into this walk. I think that makes the most sense. Yeah, the weather's okay. So getting rained on a bit. I wore some bad socks with these walking boots a few days ago, and I've got a bit of a sore on the back of one of my ankles, which isn't great, and I forgot to put a compeed on today, so it's okay so far, but we might have a problem halfway around, and when you're halfway around but it's the same distance back, so fingers crossed. This hat I could definitely do with a new one. That is battered. Yeah, mile in, no dramas. We'll carry on. See you in a moment. Right, mile number 2, what's holding up? Got some sheep, which the dogs think is very exciting. Weather is, well, it's blowing in a bit. It's not rained again. The reservoir is choppy as anything. You won't want to run across that today. Bit of sun coming out now, as you can probably see. And yeah, nothing else to report as yet. I noticed, probably saw in the B-roll a minute ago, or I'll put it in the next lot depending on how I edit this, a sign listing the distances around here in kilometres, and someone's written miles at the top of the board. Next time I get to one of those signs, I'm going to turn the camera back on and I just want to talk a little bit about that really, so we'll do that in a sec. Right, mile marker 3, and got a little bit of foot pain actually. Not the pain that I was talking about earlier, just I think my right boot's not quite tied up right, but it'll be okay. Everything else is alright. It keeps raining on and off. Pretty quiet here. It is a Tuesday. We're off work fortunately, and it's raining, so there's not many people around. Walking up a large hill, which will probably mean you can hear me being quite out of breath. I say quite a large hill, it's not a very big hill, but it's quite steep. It's always really weird walking around here, because our normal kind of bigger weekend walks, kind of like 6-ish miles, with what I would consider to be much bigger hills than this, and somehow it always feels like hard work around here. I don't know why. I think it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just one continuous path. It feels like it's slightly never ending, I don't know, but it's still a nice walk though. Yeah, I've not seen another one of those kilometre mile marker sign things that I wanted to talk about, so we'll get to that whenever I see one. And until mile 4, which is halfway, see you in a moment. And that is mile 4, so we're just behind halfway. I think it's about 9 miles, might be a touch less, but we're about to hit halfway in the next, between now and the next clip. So yeah, it's going alright actually. Foot's feeling a bit better, feeling a bit more energised about it. I always think I get a bit of a slump around 3 miles, and then everything picks up again. The wind, was we were down right by the reservoir a few minutes ago, was horrific. We're going to have to walk a big stretch along some open space, kind of at the top of the bank of the reservoir in a few miles' time, and that's going to be interesting. I think that's going to be properly blustery, and I'm probably losing my hat if I'm honest. So yeah, that's to come. The kind of long, so just for anyone who's interested in doing this walk or who has been and knows where I'm talking about, we've done this walk from the sheep wash car park, which isn't kind of the main visitors centre. It's just a kind of a more, typically when people park there, they come here to do the whole walk rather than just look around the visitor centre and the main attraction bit. So we parked there and have done it clockwise, so starting at the sheep wash car park, which means that basically the first 5.5 of 9 miles is the same path. Pretty much the same path, which means it seems like it goes on forever. And then once we hit that point in kind of a mile's worth of time, you get more car parks and just, you know, obvious way markers that you know that you're actually making some ground on this thing. So until then, I'm going to continue getting wet, and I'll see you in a sec. So as you can probably tell by my face and the glasses and everything else, the wind and rain has picked up a lot just then. We're not at mile marker 5 yet, but there's this little weird cottage thing. It's like furniture all made out of wood, and there's some artwork on the wall, and yeah, and Nanox made himself at home. So yeah, weird little pokey hole, if you find it on the way. I think there's even a little house of bats up there, or someone's climbed up and put the Batman logo on the wall right up there. You're not going to be able to see it because it's too far away, but on, can you see it? Right up there. So yeah, just an interesting little place really. Right, see you in a sec. And mile 5, we are at some kind of centre point. There's a weird big stone thing that says Carsington Water on it, and behind me, if I stand up here, you can see the I don't know what it is, that building there is but in the set into the middle of the reservoir. I'm not really sure how you get to it. I presume by boat only. I'll be honest, I don't really know what they do to it, do with it, should I say. If I find out, I'll put on an update. But yeah, it's just a big stone kind of, yeah, auditorium kind of. I wasn't say amphitheatre, but it's not quite fancy. But yeah, it's an auditorium kind of thing. It's kind of one of the main bits that people come and see. Busy, but as you can see, there is no one else here except for a family walking somewhere over there somewhere. But yeah, it's pretty dead here. Every time I put the camera on, I realise how badly sun-bleached this hat is, and I really need a new one. But yeah, the visitor centre is just in the distance on the other side of the bank there. So that's not where we're parked, but that's kind of the next big thing and the last thing before we get back to our car. So yeah, that's mile 5. Just 7, 8 and 9 to go. A better look at the building in the reservoir. As you can see, it's actually kind of in the middle of the water. Definitely boat only access. Right, that is mile 6. We just got absolutely soaked while we were on the open bit after the last clip where it was just very windy. The rain came and it came hard. Don't worry, I didn't actually lose the hat, it's in my pocket. And we are now at the visitor centre, as you can probably tell with the car parking stuff. So this is mile 6. It might not be a 9-mile walk, or at least if it is a 9-mile walk, my GPS I don't think it's still 3 to go, there might be more, there might be 2, but anyway, we'll see when we get back to the van. But yeah, for now, I'm going to go and use the facilities and crack on. Right, and that is mile 7. I was thinking about 6.5, but I felt way better than I did at kind of mile 3, and my foot complaints had gone away and my legs felt good, and then the last half a mile it's suddenly quite obvious that I've been out for a few hours. So, but yeah, feeling okay, feeling good. Not angsty to get back to the van. So, and it's not all that far away, to be honest. I say whether it's a mile or 2, we're not sure. There's a lot of sections on this trail where the path splits and diverges, kind of one way for cyclists and one for walkers, but to be honest, people rarely actually pay attention to which one they're going down. The bikes tend to stick to that side, but walkers will go either or, and on a quiet day like today, we've definitely been on the bike path sometimes and sometimes not. So I guess if you always end up taking the shorter route inadvertently, then you probably knock the best part of half a mile off this walk, I reckon. But so maybe that's what's happened. We'll find out at the final stead. I'm expecting to still hit 8 before we get back, so we'll check in then. But the weather's picked up, it's a bit sunnier now, hat's back on, and really looking forward to those Jaffa Cakes when we get back. Right then, we are back at the car park and my watch is clocking in 7.67. By the time we get there, it'll be 77 miles, 240 and about just shy of 900 calories. So, not a bad day. Not quite the distance I expected. There's a couple of very close sheep over there. But yeah, get these guys back in the van, get them watered, and it's time for some Jaffa Cakes. So, the sign thing I was talking about earlier, annoyingly, after about 2 or 3 where I'd seen this and not actually talked about it, there was no more. But on these signs, they put these new signs up around here, which just, you know, tell you how far it is to the next kind of pivotal point or whatever. And someone had gone round and on the post in the middle had graffitied on the number of miles instead of the number of kilometres. Which I thought was a bit funny because, well, this person obviously thinks that, you know, miles are the way to go, and they might not be wrong. I mean, we measure all our road signs in miles and everything else, so it kind of makes sense. Obviously, the graffiti aspect's not great, but yeah, I kind of got the point. So this is just one thing I wanted to kind of highlight, really, or ask the question of why is it that we measure road signs in miles, but now all of a sudden every trail in the world has to be done in kilometres. I'm not against using the metric system by any means. In fact, I think actually it's probably better than miles overall. And yeah, we should probably change everything to it. But consistency is more important than which format you're actually using. So yeah, it's just a bit of a weird one, really. I think you know, either put both or just stick to what I suppose what is considered the national usage, which at this point is miles. Now, whether it should remain that way is a completely different argument, and I'm not massively in favour of either or. But yeah, just wanted to highlight it. Cool, so walk's done, changed the jacket back because that one was a bit soggy, and now the whole reason that I'm actually here, and you're probably here as well, is to find out whether peanut butter on Jaffa Cakes is a thing worth doing. So obviously got the original OG Jaffa Cakes, and I think that's Aldi's own whole nut peanut butter, no sugar, no nasties, although it's probably got, it does have palm oil in it unfortunately, but it's pretty good. So yeah, this, as I said before, the idea for this came about because Scott and Wanda's World did a review of a peanut butter on Jaffa Cake Stout, which begged the question, why? And they tried it and they said it was pretty good, and I'm going to do the same thing right now. So let's, normal packet of Jaffa Cakes. The first question is, which side of the Jaffa Cake do you put it on? Well, I think Scott and Wanda did it on the non-chocolate side, I think. It's been a couple of weeks since I watched that video, so I'm not sure. I'm going to try it both ways. I'm going to try it non-chocolate side first and then on the chocolate side. I don't think it's going to make a huge deal of difference, but let's give it a go. So, and as food is present, my other half is behind the camera, eagerly awaiting a sample of this one. Would you like a Jaffa Cake on its own? Yeah. You'll have to shout up if you want to be heard by the camera, by the way, because the microphone is facing this way. Right. One of those. I've not really got any surface to put this down on, so I'm just going to get a nice, not too much probably, otherwise it'll be a bit. Right then, is this any good? Let's find out. I mean, it's certainly not terrible, but eating it that way around, you get kind of bitterness from the chocolate that I think would be better balanced by putting the peanut butter on the other side. So that is good, that is genuinely very good. Would you like one?
Yep.
Which side round would you like your peanut butter?
I'll try one both ways.
Okay. So we'll do this one the same way. There you go.
Thank you.
Shout loudly and let the camera know what you think. Meanwhile, I'm going to prepare another one with it on the other side.
That's shockingly really good.
It is very good. I think it's going to be better this way though. I think this is just going to balance it a bit better. Let's give this a go. Oh yeah, that's better. That way around is better. You don't get the bitterness of the dark chocolate on the tongue when you do it that way around because the peanut butter covers it. Right, we'll give you a go with that way. I should probably point out this is not the healthiest snack in the world.
I've just done 8 miles.
I've just done 8 miles. Or 9 if the GPS proves to be wrong. And the thoughts on that way?
It's better the other way.
You think it's alright? I'm good. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, I'm gonna flip it and go back to the original and see what happens now. Because I was a bit, I don't know, not underwhelmed. It was nice, but no danger of losing Jaffa Cakes. The wind's picking up.
I think it's about to rain again as well.
You know what? You might be right. I don't know whether I just have a bit of a dry mouth because I've just been walking or whatever from the first one, but
definitely better on the non-chocolate side.
How strange. I think I need a drink. Well, that is a revelation anyway. It definitely works. Thumbs up. Thanks Scott and Wanda for introducing, I'm going to say introducing the word, obviously it was the idea off the back of that Seven Brothers beer, but you know, it was there because of them we found out about it, so thank you very much. Yeah, it works. Which side is better? Go find out for yourself. I think we're erring on the side that the non-chocolate side is the side to go for, but I definitely think it's worth trying both ways just to be sure. And that is everything for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments below, because this is somewhat of a different format to what we normally do. There is already rain on the camera, so apologies if this has gone a bit blurry, but yeah, it's a bit of a different format, so let me know in the comments below. If you did enjoy it, please click the like button and subscribe if you would be so kind, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.